What's up, Eagles? I'm Jake Salvo,
I'm Matthew Andrews.
and this is the March Madness podcast. So, we're approaching Sweet 16,
Yeah.
right? Got a lot of surprising matchups, also some expected ones, obviously. My bracket's kind of busted already.
Mine too.
Yeah.
First day.
I gave up, but still fun to watch, look at all the upsets that are happening. Just to kick things off, we just start with Duke and St. John's.
So in the East Division, we have 1 seed Duke going up against 5 seed St. John's. St. John's is a great team under one of the greatest coaches in college, and they're looking to upset Duke, which I honestly think might happen.
Yeah, Duke with the rough first game against Siena. I mean, that was a little embarrassing almost. I think they should have won by like 30 at least.
Yep.
But St. John's just coming up with a big win against Kansas. I thought that was pretty cool, and I believe isn't this one of their first times in the Sweet 16, something like that?
I believe so.
Yeah, hey, you know what? I wish the best for them. I hope they beat Duke because I don't really like Duke.
No one likes the favorite.
No, they're always overrated every year.
Next up, also in the East Division, we have 2 seed UConn going up against 3 seed Michigan State.
Yeah, honestly, give me Michigan State. I mean, Carr, he's a dunk king.
He had a highlight reel against Louisville.
Yeah, that was insane.
Mhm.
UConn also, I think, just struggles on offense sometimes. Against UCLA, they had a pretty slow start. Didn't really get things kicking until like the last couple of minutes of the second half there.
I think if UConn gets a good offense, they have a great chance of being Michigan State. But if Michigan State's defense can contain the UConn guards, then they're going to the Elite Eight.
Yeah, it's definitely a matchup to look out for. I mean, it's going to be pretty close. All right, next up, this was the one that really busted my bracket, was the win from Iowa against Florida. That was like, I didn't see that coming. But they're going to take on 4 seed Nebraska. What do you think about this one?
I think Nebraska has it all the way. Ever since the beginning of the season, I've been a Nebraska fan, and Iowa has been good in their upset, only winning by 1 point to Florida on a terrible last play call by the Gators.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they have enough to destroy the Cornhuskers.
Yeah, I think you're right. Iowa did get pretty lucky there. They kind of got bailed out at the ends, and I think Nebraska will pull away by at least a decent margin. All right, now we have 3 seed Illinois versus 2 seed Houston, and I'm going to say Houston's going to sweep them, honestly, because I think Houston's just, they're like that,
Yeah, I agree. Illinois had like a very easy path to the Sweet 16, going up against 14 Penn and 11 VCU. That might be the easiest schedule to the Sweet 16 in the whole tournament.
They're like the Patriots.
Yeah.
No schedule.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is a matchup, the next one in the West. I'm very excited for this one. 1 seed Arizona versus 4 seed Arkansas. And honestly, it seems like an Arizona year so far, but I think they're really going to struggle with the Darius Acuff Jr. I mean,
I like Arizona, but I like Darius Acuff far better. He's averaging, like 30 in the tournament. He's being one of the greatest guard in the tournament, probably the greatest guard this year in college basketball. And I think that they could upset Arizona and make it to the Elite Eight, possibly even the Final Four.
yeah, and I think really Arizona, it's not like they've really swept their opponents recently. They've been cutting it pretty close in some of their games, and Arkansas is just kind of like steam. I mean, they're just rolling right now, and I think they got enough momentum to carry that to the game against Arizona. Next up, we got 11 seed Texas. No one thought they'd be here. And 2 seed Purdue.
I like Texas a lot, but to beat Purdue, that's very hard to do.
Hey, I mean, BYU, they were pretty good. I think that was a pretty deserved win there, and I mean they beat Gonzaga. That was pretty surprising there, and it wasn't like by a large score. I mean, it was still a pretty close game. But Purdue's kind of been up and down this season. I don't know.
Yeah.
They've had some highs and some very lows as well.
Texas having 2 upsets, I don't think they can make it 3. They don't have enough fuel. They better have a good dinner before the night in order to get enough energy to beat this Purdue team.
Yeah, Purdue's pretty good. Give me Texas though.
All right. Next up in the Midwest, we have 1 seed Michigan going up against 4 seed Alabama.
Well, I don't know if you saw the game. Alabama absolutely just rolled through Texas Tech. That was embarrassing. Honestly, give me Alabama. I think they got enough momentum. And Michigan, I don't know. I feel like they're the fraudulent 1 seed.
Oh.
That's a bit of a hot take there, but I honestly don't think they have it in them to carry it all the way.
Keep in mind, Alabama's win over Texas Tech was against an injured Texas Tech without their best player, J.T. Toppin, who tore his ACL.
Keep in mind, though, Alabama's main point guard was a naughty boy and got arrested.
Oh, yeah.
So, hey, I think they were able to do it without their star player as well. Maybe they can do it against Michigan. We'll see.
I like Michigan. They're my favorite in my bracket. It's a shame that it got busted in the first game, but Michigan, I think, is going to win the championship.
All right. Next up, we have 2 seed Iowa State against 6 seed Tennessee. Honestly, Tennessee has been looking really good. Their coaching is just amazing. It's just a totally different team from last year. But Iowa State, I feel like they're a pretty good basketball school. They've got that legacy in them. Give me Iowa State.
I also like Iowa State in this one. They have a really good defense. They're able to hold Kentucky to 63 points. While Tennessee did upset Virginia and embarrass Miami, Ohio, I don't think they could get past the tough defense of Iowa State.
Yeah, definitely a tough matchup. And, I mean, that's it for the Sweet 16. I mean, I guess you want to talk about possible winners of the
You want to go to
championship?
Elite Eight?
I
So,
mean,
in the East, I think that the St. John's Red Storm will make it to the Elite Eight, and UConn would beat Michigan State. So that's going to be a tough matchup. St. John's against UConn?
I mean, St. John's, if they beat Duke, I think they have the chance to go all the way. That's pretty impressive, and I think they'd honestly beat UConn. And for Iowa and Nebraska, I'd say Nebraska, and then I'd probably pick them going against Houston.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'd pick Houston because Houston's just good.
Yeah.
They're always good. When are they not good?
I don't think Houston's going to, for me, they're going to make it to the championship.
I think they are too. I have them in my bracket going to the championship.
All right, in the West, it's Arizona, Arkansas. I think, although I love Arkansas that much, I don't think they could beat Arizona.
I'm telling you, this is an Arizona year. I think it's finally their chance, and I don't care who they play. I think they're winning it all.
And also in the West, I think Purdue's going to beat Texas, and it'll be an Arizona-Purdue Elite Eight matchup. I think Arizona is going to win and make it to the Final Four.
Oh, yeah, they for sure are. And then you got Michigan, Alabama, and the chance that Michigan wins. And then you got Iowa State. I mean, I think I'd take Michigan. If they put the win against a tough Alabama team without their star players, I think Michigan should at least have a good chance against Iowa State.
I agree with you. Michigan, they have one of the greatest offenses. They have a 6'3" Spaniard, used to be a former UCLA Bruin, Adai Mara. He's probably the greatest center in the league.
Yeah.
But Iowa State's defense, I don't think they could contain him. So I have Michigan going to the Final Four.
Hey.
And like I said, going to the championship.
It was proved. Bigs, they may be scary, but they can be beaten. Look what Iowa did to Florida. I mean, I feel like they contained that 7'9" dude pretty well. Well, I mean, we're running out of time here. So, anyways, thank you for joining us on the March Madness podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
Join us next time for some great hot takes.